News, Abuja.
Well, let's turn our attention now to the southeast, where several attempts have been made to deal with the security crisis in that region. And one of such attempts was the launch of the Peace in the Southeast project today. And it was officially launched in Abia State. Let's bring in the man who has been one of the men who have been at the forefront of trying to deal with the security crisis in the Southeast. He is the Deputy Speaker for the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much. Good to be here again after a very long while.
So, like we stated in our introduction, there have been several attempts to deal with the situation in the southeast. Some fell apart just immediately. They were created. But talk to us about this Peace in the Southeast initiative and what led to conceiving this idea. All right, so I'm asking Mr. Kalu that you should talk to us about the Peace in the Southeast initiative. All right, we'll establish connection with Mr. Kalu. Okay, I think you can hear me now. All right. Mr. Kalu, if you can hear me, please go ahead.
It's not really. Yeah, if what you asked was about peace in Southeast, yes, what happened today was the unveiling of this project, which has a 5-year term for us to fulfill the objectives, which is primarily restoring harmony, peace in this region. One of the things dear to my heart when I emerged as Deputy Speaker was to add value to this administration because Mr. President has done well by ensuring that what was not done before his tenure was looked into, considered, and approved for my region. He prioritized giving relevant positions to people from the southeastern states, the Ministry of Work, the Chief of Naval Staff, and my humble self, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives. And for that, as people filled with gratitude and knowing fully well that this is his first term and he has done nothing wrong to the southeastern people. It was wrong for the insecurity to continue the way it has been because it was depleting the GDP of the Federation, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because once there is an impact on one of the geo-economic zones of the country, the ripple effect affects the other geo-economic zones of the country. So we cannot treat it in isolation. It has been a burden. How do I add value to the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our father, our leader, who means well, the first person to incorporate an Igbo man in his state as a governor when he was a governor. The Igbos needed to pay him back with a better coin than agitation, with a better coin than these separatist movements, the non-state actors that says let's not work on Mondays and all the rest of the problems we are having here. But somebody needs to take it from the front line, and I commend the governors who have been doing a great job all this while. But I felt as this arm of government, the House of Representatives, and as the leader of those in the National Assembly from the southeastern region, I decided it was high time we started making ourselves more valuable towards ensuring that we have peace in this region. So I coordinated members of the National Assembly, and we decided to have these as our focus, in the region. Today we unveiled it, and the pillars was to how to use different diversified strategies to achieve peace outside the kinetic method we have used over the years, which is more expensive, it takes longer time, and it doesn't address the sociological causative factors that gave birth to those issues. So my interest has always been, let us discover, let us do a proper analysis to know what are really the problems that had made the people to feel the way they have been feeling, and identify them, that is problem definition, form an agenda about it, set up an implementation program, an action plan, give it a timeline, and that's what I've done with PICEP, PICEP. What we have done is to identify those areas, and we set up 8 pillars that we can use to address the needs analysis that we have done, the gaps that exist that has caused this pain that they will always remember, and they go to the street and they get angry and they take up their gun. How do we get those ones who are, so to say, radicalized, get them back into the system, make them more productive to the system? And when I did,
Mr. Kalu, I'm sorry to butt in, but what you're talking about now is a big issue for a lot of people. We hope that this project will later arrest the agitations and call for secessions we've seen in the Southeast. Thank you so much for your time, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu.